or you end up like the last nigga. I fall off, I bounce back. I really come.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Exposed Radio.
Well, if you made them, take care of them.
Yeah, that's
Period.
the real.
You right.
That's the real deal.
It's period.
You right.
And all that old money shouldn't go toward this. Money should go to if the child is with one of the parents 24/7, 7 days a week. You don't even come get your child every day. You come get your child once a month maybe, or once every 3 months.
Right.
You cannot dictate where that money goes, especially if the child ain't calling you about nothing. Now, if the child calling you every week, then you can question about where the child support is going.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
I just turned it to my face.
Did one for the gamers?
No. Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate. I can't see myself, so I don't know where I'm at. So I don't want to be looking super cross-eyed. But I'm trying to start it, but it's not working. But Mr. Blue Waters, he'll be coming back on the 14th. He's a busy man. He actually works with children. He's a social worker, so you never know where they may take you at any given time. But I'm trying to, it's not opening up for me. So I always get on host for doing this, but now I'm doing it. And it's very unprofessional.
You get on me?
No, it's me. It's me. Because I always tell them, keep going. Why is you stopping? And now I'm stopping. But with us today is Miss Sharan Nixon of Baltimore Fashion Week and the Fashion Week Umbrella.
No, Fashion Umbrella Foundation.
What did I say?
Fashion Week Umbrella. But it's fine. That's what they call it.
But I did. It came out.
Just keep the checks coming.
So now you got to get that domain just in case.
What is it? What'd you say?
Fashion Week Umbrella.
Okay, I have to buy that tonight. You better hope it's still on sale.
Oh, yeah. Somebody might sweep that up. I'm going to call my Fashion Week Umbrella. So today's topic is actually professionalism within the arts.
Oh, that's why you know what? I should have asked you why you wanted me on here.
Well, it was supposed to be you and Blue on here as well, because Blue, he's starting a new show called the Cocktail Social.
On your platform?
On Be Exposed Radio, so he'll be here. But I've been having him on up until when his show actually starts, so he can get used to the format and such. But Blue had an emergency. He, like I said, he worked with children, so he actually works in the court system, so he had some emergencies that he had to tend to.
There could be a lot going on at any time.
Yeah. Well, because they book in, and he specifically works as the advocate social worker when they're actually in trouble and such. So, yeah, so I'll fix that later. But Sharan is here today. She's joining us, and we're talking about professionalism in the arts. But before we do...
I'm sorry, I'm not being professional, but I'm kind of sort of like text fighting with someone.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
I called them an Uber, and then they're not telling me, yo, don't...
So you fussing with your Uber driver?
No, I'm fussing with the person who needs the ride.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell the Uber driver to go. Just go.
Oh, and you late? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring... Speaking of
being late,
Uber
right?
lifts. So, two things happened to me over the weekend. One, I left my phone in the Lyft. Uber. I don't know what Uber's policy is. I'm not an Uber driver. I had one bad incident with them where I was left stranded, and then I had to pay my own toll in New Jersey, and I've never used them again. But I use Lyft. So, Lyft, I need you to make your process, being as though you have no customer service. You probably have your grandmother answering emails, and she get back with us.
Well, I know I don't know him, but I have his contact information.
Okay, I'm going to need that.
I will.
I'm going to need
his
that.
name is Mike Heslin.
Okay, Mr. Heslin.
You can find him on Twitter.
I'm going to be talking to you.
Yeah.
If you having a problem out of a large company, their CEOs are all on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. They
and
all
CEO
on Twitter,
of ... And you leave something. I've done that with 2 different companies. Chick-fil-A.
My son does it all the time, and he gets an answer just like
that.
that.
They'll message you, but they want to get you off of Twitter.
Yeah, because they don't want you to start no uproar.
And they want you to email them personally.
That's how you get their attention.
But I'll be emailing Mr. Hessler.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Thank you. So I need your process to contact, because if I go to your phone and you got Lyft and I log into Lyft, it sends a notification that I'm on a new device to the phone that I've lost.
Well, if you lost it, how are you supposed to respond? Oh, okay, that's why you need to talk to Mike. Okay.
I need the process to be better, because I ended up having to, almost a day and a half later, having to email them and wait for a response, which once the response came, it was kind of like, so they said, I never finished the ride. So I don't know, with Lyft, you have to finish the ride by clicking submit, and then they charge your car. So they hold the amount, and then they actually charge you.
So if you never hit submit,
the ride.
then they
so if you never hit submit, it never officially comes out of your account. So it gives you some time.
Oh, if you're working with those type of accounts.
Right.
I didn't know that, but I know now.
Yeah.
I know now.
So that's the problem with Lyft. So once you go to maybe take your next ride and you think about it, it's basically you leaving your 5 stars or your whatever. So once you do that, like say 2 days later,
can we share it?
Sure, you go ahead.
No, we can share it.
No, you good. So I'm not even using it. So like 2 days later, if you decide to take another ride, you haven't finished the last one, that's when the money is actually debited out of your account.
Which is when you go to get the new one.
Right, which messes up your banking, because you just did all of this. So it shows that you still got all this money, and then you go take another ride and say that was your last $15, and now you used it.
And now you're negative.
Now you can't get the next ride that you need. So it messes you up. Well, you wouldn't have been able to take the ride anyway, but you would have known.
I'm just amazed that you know.
Well, because I've been using it a lot more, because I've worked further, and I need to do that to get there at 7:30 in the morning. So anyway, so I lose the phone. I know where the phone is, but by the time they get the emails and stuff, they send you the receipt so you can click on it and contact the driver. The driver comes, brings the phone, and that happens within maybe a half an hour. So this whole day and a half, I've waited for my phone. Mind you, this is my birthday weekend.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. No,
so this happens
We're not
Friday.
singing happy birthday?
No, we can, but I'm gonna keep celebrating until
Are you going
maybe
out for
I
cake
finish.
afterwards?
Sure. I'm all for it. I have nothing to do this evening. But so Friday, I go down to Fells Point. That's where I'm going when I leave it in the thing. The person who I'm meeting at Fells Point thinks that I'm not there, or think that I'm late. So they arrive late because they can't contact me. Not to say anything could happen. Always be on time, because you never know.
Who arrived late? The person that was meeting you?
Yes.
But they were probably being late anyway.
Exactly. But they use the excuse.
No. You were already coming.
Right.
You were already late.
And all these people down here, I don't have a phone, so I'm just going with faith at this moment, trying not to be mad, trying not to be angry. And then you're late, so I'm pissed off. But what happened that night, like later that night after that meeting was over, some friends of mine threw me a surprise something or another.
Did you know about women? Were you there? Because you didn't have your phone. So you didn't make it to the surprise. Oh.
So they had a nice dinner together. I just wasn't there. I found out about it a day and a half later when they were actually able to contact me.
So they didn't try to reach you? Oh, they couldn't because your phone, they couldn't reach you on Facebook. Oh, wow.
Nope. So I couldn't do anything. So everything that's in here was in the left. Identification.
Wait a minute, you lost all of that right there.
This whole thing. That's why I don't want to use this no more.
Why you don't have a fanny pack or something?
Well, the thing is, I had the phone in my hand because I knew once I got out of the car, I was going to be like, where are you? And that was when my attention was. But Lyft, I always get the Lyft driver that is triggered and talks and distracts me from what I have to do. So I sit the phone, I know what I did because I had my bag under my arm and I sit it down, and when I went to get out, I did like this, and that was it. And I know that's what I did, and I'm pissed off that I did that.
It was a bag that you...
I had the little leather bag.
Oh, the little leather jump off.
Okay. Yeah, I had that. So I kept that because I know I didn't want to lose that. But normally I put my phone in my
bag though. Didn't think of that.
Because I do that. If I do that, then I'm doing like this when I get out. And we down Fells Point. I need to be like alert because there's too much going on. So I always, if I'm doing that, I normally keep it in my hand, and I must have put it down on the seat. So anyway, he wanted a tip. Lyft charges you $15. I told him take his tip out of the $15.
Lyft charges you $15 for what?
If you leave something in their car, in the car.
Uber doesn't do that.
Maybe I have to. I gotta get over what Uber did to me in New Jersey. So I'm gonna need Uber's information too. If you have it,
I don't have that.
You don't have Uber CEO, so I'm gonna have to go on Twitter for that. But I never complained. I wanted to get the hell out of there. So that was my weekend. I really did have a really good weekend though. I had a lot of surprises. I had a blast from the past. Maybe we could talk about it over cake.
Yes!
I ate more than what I wanted to eat.
I want to know all about this blast from the past. I'm here for every ounce of it.
You might have seen
Am I grown enough for it? Am I grown enough?
Oh, you old enough. You ever been to Choices?
I didn't say old, I said grown enough.
You ever been to Choices?
Yeah.
Yeah, you grown enough. So
that don't mean nothing. I snuck down there when I was supposed to be in the house.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll tell you about that. But I really did have a good weekend. I'm going into. Are we off?
No,
are we not off? So okay, we got 2 more minutes. Okay, so let me just finish. So I really had a good weekend. I got some gift cards. Some friends called me and all that. Blah blah blah. On Monday, this is the second Lyft story. I believe Lyft drivers, Uber drivers, they're triggered people. It takes a special type of person to let a stranger get in your car and you take them somewhere for cash. Like, it takes a special person.
But it's not cash, it's a credit card. So you're not touching any cash.
No, it's not for cash, but I'm saying, like, they're charging you to take you where you got to go. It takes a special individual to have a certain amount of trust to be able to let strangers into your car
and sit behind
and
you.
do this. But my last Lyft driver was
sit behind you.
Well, I always sit behind
that right there was enough.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the driver letting somebody an unknown sit behind them.
Yes.
I don't know if I could do that.
Yes. So I always sit behind the driver when I'm in there by myself.
Oh, okay.
And that's just my crazy. Some of them have a problem with it, but I really don't care because it's my ride and I'm paying for this. But my last Lyft driver was very much so triggered. A Babyface song. The one was like, "I'll pay your rent. I'll cook you dinner too." This song came on like as I was getting into the car and as we're driving home. A song starts playing and this person goes off about somebody who apparently just divorced, and that's what she expected. Yes, and it was the craziest thing because you know somebody just trying to spark up conversation. No, this song triggered a recent experience for him, and he got divorced from this woman who felt like this song was what he was supposed to be as a man, and he wasn't living up to it. And when he see Babyface, he go punch him in his face on spot. I'm sorry. He kept saying, I'm sorry, babyface, but I'm going to punch you in your face. The police go get there, and they were like, why you punch him in the face? Like, he was going through this scenario in his head. I wanted to get out.
Out loud, and you could hear.
Yes, he was talking to me. And this happens, like, in the morning time, you'd be surprised what I get.
No, this is what you do when you get in the Uber. You sit in, you shut the door, and you do this.
I do that all the time.
You don't even look at them.
That doesn't matter.
Don't even look at them. It does. It works.
Because I didn't even respond to him. He just kept going.
You don't even look at them.
For the duration up Charles Street, this was the conversation.
I'm like this the whole ride. I'm not looking at him. So
I
don't
try
care about your life. Just
I've had pastors in the morning preaching to me a little bit of everything. Beware of your Lyft drivers. Like you said, find something to do while you're getting
no offense, because I did ask for sponsorship, so I probably ruined that. I did pay I did post something on Facebook about Lyft. I'm like, oh shit. But anyway, so that's why
that's your experience. They sponsored your organization, not you. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigSoulsRadio.com. Hello.
This is a Poverty ENT exclusive. Next stop, Texaco. Strapped up, you already know. Fuck niggas hate, that's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go. That's how it goes. Bros with me, yeah, it's time to go. I'm a real nigga that I deal with. You see my past issues, make it blast pistols. I'm trying to chill, short, I'll be back shortly. Gotta hit the trap till I count to 40. Got a show to do and I ain't used to it, but I'm stunt hard to put some juice to it.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
I mean, I'm gonna just get dessert. I can't do nothing else.
Oh, you ever had something?
I went to the that place we went to the last time. Again, I was complaining to the owner because the cashiers in there, they right down 25th where I live at.
Oh, the taste place.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you bring that up? I forgot about them.
The cashiers in there, they just got a lot of play with them, and I just don't have the patience for play. It's too hot outside. I was hungry, and they be like talking and like communicating with each other, and they walk past the register, and you standing there, and they going to get like it's no communication. Professionalism. We're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BigExposedRadio.com. My guest for today is Miss Sharan Nixon.
I like to do this. To my nails.
She got her nails done. She fancy today. She brought it. She must got a date.
I don't.
About this stuff, so
I feel so sad about that.
I just said, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
No.
But we're here, and today's topic is professionalism within the arts. Now, I've been for the last year. Well, I'm not saying for the last year. So this is my 6th year here at Big Exposed Radio. So I've been interviewing a lot of
6 seasons.
I don't call it seasons. I think that's crazy. I never stopped. I just kept going. So it's years. I never had seasons.
All right.
But anyway, so I just scratched myself. So anyway, I've been observing a lot of artists, and I used to think it was an age thing, but artists and business owners in general could be very unprofessional. I'm not saying everybody. I try to be as professional, but I even have parts of me that I have to work on. Like, I don't like showing up early or on time because other people are late, and I hate waiting. So I normally show up on the time or a little after the time.
Wait.
I know.
Wait. You just said on time, and then you say
on the time, like if
time or a little after.
If our meeting's supposed to start at, that's what I'm saying. But when the normal Nate always shows up like an hour and a half or an hour. Like I'm the person that's gonna show up at your party before anybody else get there while you still doing the last
rollers
minute
in my
thing.
head.
Yeah, I'm that person. I'm gonna show up that early, but then I have to sit and wait, and I'll be like, I don't feel like waiting because then you gotta help them do stuff. And
no, I'm not helping. I'm a guest. I'm not helping.
Right,
I'm sitting right there on the sofa. Girl, have a seat. Don't even worry about it. I'm sitting right there, and I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not.
That's not me though. I'm
not helping.
But I've been noticing just some levels of unprofessionalism amongst us. It's definitely a millennial issue because millennials feel like I am so talented in my mind. I haven't experienced anything, but I feel like I should be able to come to work and I could be the owner. We are part of this society where we don't need any real experience, but the fact that I want this and I want to do this, that's all I need. But that's going to be down the line. I'm going to bring that up a little bit later. But professionalism is something totally different. So say you want to be a model. Say you want to be a model and you're at a model call. If you've never done it before, you're going to make mistakes. That's a given. But if you've never done it before, or if you've done it before and you've done it this way, chances are you should send a friendly email. And you don't know to do this, but an email in terms of what the expectations are. Now, the person giving the audition may ignore your email, may ask you not to come, may disqualify you before you get there and still let you come, knowing they're not going to pick you. Or
wait a minute. This person you're talking about, are you talking about me? Or you just talking about in general? Because I don't do that.
I'm trying to lead you into it.
Well, you can't. Not with have you come in. Because I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. Either you're yes.
No,
or
but
no.
I'm saying no. So if I want to be a model and I've never modeled before, and I see that the Fashion Umbrella is giving this audition for Baltimore Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, with the Fashion Umbrella, so on and so forth. Just using
Okay.
And I don't know protocol. I'm gonna personally. This is what I do. I email to say what's expected of a model. I've never modeled before. I think I really want to do this. Can you just give me not necessarily pointers, but can you tell me like how am I supposed to dress? What you expect of me in terms of timing, all those things. But I don't send like a lengthy email. If I've never done anything, I always ask. And if it's like an audition process, I always email before because I don't know this person. I've never auditioned for this person, so I don't know what the expectations are. Like, would you respond back to the person or would you ignore that? If they were professional enough to email you ahead of time versus wasting your time the day of.
If they found out about the casting, 10 times out of 10, they've been to the actual registration form and everything, any questions they have is answered. So usually now, I used to in the past, like spend all this time answering all these questions, but I'm busy, so I don't have time for that anymore. So now I redirect them back to the posting or the event registration because the problem is people don't like to read. What they want to do is they say, oh, okay, it's on XYZ date at this time. I'm gonna go register, and then they show up wearing red, and then when they show up, I turn them away.
So on your application form, it tells them to wear all black.
All black.
The type of shoes to wear.
Well, all black.
Okay.
So I don't care what the shoe is.
Okay.
If it's all black, as long as it's all black, you come in there with all black. And not all black with a red shoe like some models try to do. And I'll say, I hope you got a black pair of shoes somewhere, right? And if they say no, I was like, I'm sorry, you can't audition. And I mean what I say, like you can't.
And that's how sometimes we learn things the hard way. Sometimes we learn things the hard way, and it's really okay. Like I say it to people all the time. It's okay if you learn things the hard way. That builds character. That builds your professionalism up, and it helps people to identify what they need to work on. I just said for me, I always do that. If I'm going to a job interview, I always email the person who I was contacting and say, well, what's the dress code? Sometimes people just go. I don't do that. I think that's creepy. But I'll, because you're taught to like go to the job place and see what the environment is and dress up a little bit above that. I don't have time for that. That's a whole nother trip I don't feel like taking. So I'm gonna email and just see what.
I don't think they still do that anymore. This world is just so millennial based.
Yeah,
they just don't. I mean, no. I mean, if I was going for an interview, I would dress like I normally dress for an interview.
So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com.
Hey, Morning.
Nobody care about Morning.
Take a minute and listen to this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Any trouble, because I get into any trouble, but I had a problem that this then became a discussion at that workplace environment. Now, the discussion was I should have been more sensitive. In what way was my first response? And I guess when I had to meet with that said person who had the issue with the person who was said leader of that organization.
Okay.
I said, well, to that person, how would I have known that? Well, you should have asked.
I think so. You want my opinion?
It was a circle, and I was willing to go on that merry-go-round.
You are better than most.
Yeah.
I think that's normal when you're in a group and there's norming. Most of the time when you're in new work environments or you're in a space where you're getting to know people, it's normal now to ask for people's preferred pronouns. You wouldn't have known that.
Normal to who? What is normal?
Well, you work in social... You
but
work
I don't
in social
feel the
innovation
need to give
and
my pronouns, so it's not normal to me.
You don't, but I think because I feel like the person was probably offended because they felt like you were not honoring whoever they are, right? But you wouldn't have known that.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist.
What time? 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
So you know you're gonna have to be dropped off because there's no parking down here at 5 o'clock.
Well, it's parking. It's just getting to it.
Now he's thinking about like, wait a minute. Maybe I could just mail him a shirt and you could talk about it.
I do that too. Somebody gave me this one.
I like that shirt you got on.
Yeah.
Look like Rosa Parks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rosa Parks.
Nah, I ain't getting up.
I have to tell them that it's not washable because it's
It's not. Somebody made it and ooh.
Well, no, they have them printed, but they're starting to peel.
Why is it? How long you had it? Did you just get it?
Yeah, this is like my third time washing it.
Yeah, yeah. What'd you say? He don't know.
Who?
Anton said, was it screen pressed or heat pressed?
This looked like it was heat pressed because it's
he said
peeling.
Heat pressed because it's peeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tell you try to stay away from it.
We're live. Well, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I am here.
I'm live. I gotta go.
I was about to say something else. Hi, Aunt Diane, my Aunt Diane. Speaking of my Aunt Diane.
Aunt Diane.
Shout out to Boot Prints. A year ago today, we celebrated the 10th anniversary of Boot Prints. And so this is the 11th year. Duh. And we did a special immersive production of it at the Peel Center. And actually today is my paternal grandmother's 89th birthday. So we celebrated last year. She came out to the show on her birthday with a big brim hat on. I'm gonna invite her to the hat party.
Oh, okay. I got an update on that.
Okay, we can talk about it. But
not here.
No, not here. So shout out to everyone. Alma, J. Nicole, Sheena, Missy Lane, Shauna Divine, and Blue. Blue was a singer. And the whole cast. Miles. It's my port. It's supposed to keep doing it. Miles. I forgot the artist name, but and most important, Latanya Valencia Miles. And shout out to her because she actually lost her G-Mama over the last couple months. So I'm trying to get her to come back on the show, but she's getting her doctorate right now, so she's in like educator mode right now. She's not playing. But back to the show, we have Sharan Nixon with us today, and we're just talking about professionalism. So I'm gonna go past what we were talking about before. For you, how do you define professionalism within your field? If you can tell them what your field is, how do you define professionalism?
Well,
I'm sorry, I was looking at the people the whole time.
I'm a
philanthropist.
No. What do you call it? Philanthropreneur.
Okay.
You know, they have a eduneur. Like those are people who do online. It's so many newers. So I'm a business owner. Let's keep it old school. That's what I am.
So you
I run a nonprofit.
Okay. But professionalism within your field, fashion, communications.
I guess arriving on time and knowing. Well, I like them green. So arriving on time, green meaning that they've never done a show before, because those are usually the models that get picked the most.
Yeah.
Because they're not.
But if they're not open to learning, that it
well, the new Jack ones are, and the ones who have done shows before, they hear me. Sometimes I feel like they hear me, but they're not listening, and I can usually tell by their facial expression. And so my response to them is, okay, well, I see I'm talking, I see you looking at me, but I don't know if you're absorbing what I'm saying. So we'll see how this pans out.
Somebody just said that to me because I don't like to take notes while I'm talking, when people talking to me.
You don't like to take notes?
Not while you talking to me, because I'm not going to be listening to you. Because between me doing this, what you're saying now, I've forgotten. I'm writing down what you said before. So I miss what you're saying now, and then I'm back. And then I do the same thing, and then I miss every other thing that you say. But that's just my learning style. I'm at the end of millennial, so you have to be mindful of that. But what's your pet peeve with lack of professionalism? Like, what do you see the most in the unprofessional side of it?
I don't. Oh, it's so hard because I don't see it as much as I used to.
Is timing still a big issue?
No, not for me.
Okay.
I mean, we did have a casting, and one model showed up. We were supposed to be there at 10. You were there, right?
Mm-hmm.
She showed at 12, and we were done. And she was like, "Well, it said 10 o'clock." Well, I'm here, and we're over. Remember her?
That.
Yeah.
But
so
I have to.
We sometimes deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't necessarily get it from the designers because they've
paid.
Yeah, they pay to be here, and it's stressed from the time they register all the way to the time they come to the venue.
So that's one of my
arrival times.
That's one of the things that I've noticed when people pay for stuff. They normally take things a little bit more seriously versus when you're giving them something or giving them a discount on something or giving them a break. They don't take it as seriously.
They don't.
When stuff is free or discounted, people don't take it seriously. When people have paid that money, that's why when other races of people charge us, we take it seriously. When it's us, they don't take it seriously.
Are you saying that when it's us and we charge, or it's us when we do
when it's us and we charge? Both ways.
Well, yeah, I get
because we normally want to give you a discount up front.
I'm not giving you. You know how much money I have to pay for my events?
Yeah,
I pay for that up front.
But think about 10 years ago.
Tickets come in.
Think about 10 years ago when you were trying to help people.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, I'll give you a break on registration, and then they just like
they late because they didn't.
And
pay
they get
for it.
removed from the event.
And
That's
then
fine.
they mad because
it's in the contract.
Yep.
If you get forfeited or you get removed, there are no refunds.
So that is then my issue with one of my issues when people the timing stuff. Now I'm prefacing this.
It's not even timing per se. It's more. I think this is more of a race circumstance because I know for a fact that if I was any other race, I wouldn't go through what I've been through the past 12 years.
That I've seen in the last year and a half because I've noticed. Okay, so I work down at the Peel Center, and I'm gonna say it because I don't care. But no, honestly, because I've had this conversation with people down there before. I notice how people that look like me relate to me being down there, being one of the only black males there, versus talking to someone else, either a white woman or a white man down there who they think is in charge. But normally they come in to see me or talk to me. They'll talk to me a lot differently than they talk to, say, the director or the operation manager. Well, I experienced that at
one of the local restaurants downtown.
So being a customer.
Right. And I'm paying money. Like, I'm not even doing happy hour time. I'm paying money to eat. And so I watch you service another table. I watch you service another table. Your diction is completely
I'll tell you.
But then when you come to me, you break it down. Like,
that place ain't for us. It wasn't built for us.
No, it wasn't.
It was built.
But like somebody told me last Sunday, we walking past the owner needs to do his or her homework. Because if you clearly know the history behind that location, you would be doing things a lot differently. And he said it, and then when I read it, I'm like, oh my God, Brother Rasul, oh my God. And when he told me, I was like, yo, I never knew
Brother
that.
Rasul.
Hey, Brother Rasul.
Shout out, Brother Rasul. And actually, that whole row right there, well, half of it, is black owned and operated. But, well, not necessarily, but more operated, but not necessarily owned. But it does, I don't know, this idea of professionalism, specifically within the arts.
I think it's the caliber, I'm sorry, I think it's the caliber of people that they hire.
No, it starts from the top.
Because if I run a business, you're not going to talk like that to my guests.
But if I'm talking like that to the guests, how do I expect my employees or the people who are working with me to then talk to you? And that's the problem that I have, specifically with black-owned stuff. That's the problem that I have, because it becomes, this is mine, so I can do what I want to do. It's still a business. The customer is still the person that's keeping your doors open. So you owe it to all of us to have a certain level of professionalism within your business, and I expect to get what I'm paying for. If I'm paying $17 for a meal, I want my shit. You want your tip? I want my stuff done well. You want me to promote, and it feels like if I'm not, boosting up, bringing 10 people every time I come and promoting you on my social media for free, then I'm not supporting you. When I tell people all the time, like I on the back end always telling people about the stuff that I enjoy. Now, I'm not putting it on my social media because I have a radio show. And you want me to do that, then you go have to pay for sponsorship. So that's just why I do things. And I've had to explain that to many black-owned businesses. Now, I'm not throwing black-owned businesses under the table because I've had to deal with the same thing with white establishments. Somebody gave me a gift certificate for a manicure, pedicure, and I used it today. And the place that I went to, they had really good customer service. Now, that's not a typical thing in the nail salon business because they feel like you need them. So you normally, especially when a male go, and when I go to get my feet done, they be giving me a rush job. And I see the person sitting beside me getting the same thing that I'm getting, and there's just a little bit more being put into it. Like, they go to take your files, they be like, I'm like, can you go back from the first one and start that process again, please? Because you didn't really.
But you are very, very polite with your asking.
I am.
Can you please go back to the first toe and start over again?
The first time I'm very polite. If I have to ask the second, by the third time, I don't want you to do it no more. I want you to get up, and I want somebody else to come over here and finish. But we don't have anybody. I'll wait.
I wait.
Right. Because I've learned.
And then sit back in your chair.
Yeah.
You say, I wait. Yep, this is what I do. I wait.
Because today I didn't have to go through that. And maybe because I'm the first time and I was using a gift card, so they made.
Where were you? You don't want to promote. Tell me after.
I can tell you where it's at. It's right in Mount Vernon on St. Paul Street. Like the next block from the train station. So the train station right here, and you go down to the next block.
But look at the area.
Where the gas station.
No shade, but look at the area you were in.
Yeah.
It's Mount Vernon.
Yeah. I mean, but I've had
area or geographic region shouldn't matter. It should be level customer service across the board.
Well, it's normally the area isn't necessarily the problem. The area does depict the level of quality you get, but I'm still a black person, a black male coming into a business that's in this area. So I'm still gonna get the same customer service regardless of where I'm at. And that's the problem that I have with business owners in general. We're gonna get more specifically with the artists, but with just businesses in general, I'm a stickler for good customer service, especially being as though we're in a space where everybody is getting tipped. Everybody has a tip button or a tip jar associated with their business now. I cringe to even ask for donations for this show or for my artistry in general. But everything, the Domino pizza man got a tip. The Lyft driver gets a tip. Like everybody.
You have to give them a tip. This is just my take, because I gotta eat with you afterwards.
I'm good at it. I'm good at it.
I know, and I don't want to. When I eat my salmon, I don't want to hear it. So, like for tips, for me, it's nice that you have it on a receipt. It's nice that you put it in my face after I take a ride. I think all of that's cute because it's a social reminder. This is how I take it. It's a social reminder that if you feel the need, or you feel that my service was okay, here are your level. Here's how you can thank me.
But it's a suggestion.
It is. That's all it is.
And it's
so don't when I go to Double T, and you order those places
they on
like
that list. Y'all been watching them. They was on the list.
Really?
Of the worst bathrooms.
Oh well, I don't go to do public bathrooms.
I'm just saying.
I
but
go before I leave the house.
The employees using the same bathroom, so I'm just saying.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying.
But no, it's a suggestion for me, and I tip people because I was a server, you know, when I was a teenager and in my early 20s.
Wait a minute, is it true that if you go out to a restaurant and you pay with your credit card and you tip with your credit card, that the server does not get that tip until something closes out, or half goes to the restaurant?
It really just depends on the establishment.
Oh, okay.
Most times, like certain restaurants, so I've been a bartender more than a server. So most times bartenders get their tips because you can just Z it out, and most bartenders take their cash out and put it in the jar, and that's how they even it out. But depending on what type, if you're in a restaurant or a bar, or depending on where you are, or in the specific business too, if it's a chain restaurant versus independently owned, it really just depends. Sometimes when you do the credit card, they pool the tips. Sometimes they don't get the tips. Sometimes, like I said, the cashier or take their tip out the register and put it in the jar. That's how I was always taught to do it. But it really just depends on your business. But in terms of Zing out, that's when they close out the register for the evening. Normally you have to wait till the end of your shift to get your tip.
Zing out.
Because that used to be the receipt paper, and that's normally the button that you push, and it gives you a report on the whole thing. So that's normally what, but it really just depends on it. If it's a chain restaurant, they normally have a protocol for tips that normally in chain restaurants, you normally have to pool your tips, like with your bus boy and the front of the house staff. You normally got to pool it with like the person that cleans off the table versus the person that brings the drinks. So it's not normally the server that brings your drinks. It's normally like a bus boy or somebody else that brings the drinks. So they normally have to pool their tips. But it really just depends. I've worked in diners, I've worked in bars, and it really just depends. I don't play with my tips. I don't do that whole pooling thing. But I have worked in restaurants and stuff like that where you have to pool the tips at the end of the night. I don't do that. I don't like doing that.
Okay.
Because my service is different than what yours is.
You don't like doing it. Okay.
I'm just saying, but tip culture is a thing, and we've gotten used to being forced to tip people, which means
nobody for horrible service. You can't make me tip you if I don't feel as though your service was worth it. And I will call a manager in a minute. Tell me why gratuities added when my service sucked. I had to wait for this and wait for that, and me and my sons or whoever I'm with, we had to wait. Well, but everybody else got. I'm not. No.
But when it's automatically added, it's normally you have a certain amount of people, or it's after a certain amount of time, and they're used to people like jumping off on the tips, like just paying, leaving cash.
I look like I'm jumping off it. Well, that didn't come out right.
I can't. But typical culture has professionalism within that industry is off the chain for me because everybody wants a tip. Like every industry, remember it was just servers at one time, and you would give certain people tips because they went beyond. But now everybody, you can't even close out your Lyft thing because you got to leave a tip
and a star.
Yeah. So now I have to, because everything is digital online now, I have to leave comments. I gotta, and like with the idea of lifts, I've gotten into lifts and they had like snacks and refreshments.
I would not eat those. I'm not. Do you think? I'm not eating because it could be some drugs that knock me out. I told my mother, I said, don't eat no candy, no gum.
I was like saying it.
They could use a really fine needle and stick it. I'm not.
But I just like seeing it because that means you've gone beyond. Like they somehow have the game and the consoles.
They've gone beyond to drug
because most of them, when you see that means they're doing this full time. Like that's their full time.
That's all
job.
they do. Yeah.
So I like seeing that, and I normally tip that person or. If they help me get out, like I had to go to the laundromat this weekend, so I had to put the stuff in the car, and I hate doing it because it's like bags and bags, and the person sit there the whole time, And as I was getting out the car, can you please remember the comment or
really?
rate
Ask
me?
me that? Oh, they get nothing when they do that. I know what I'm supposed to do, man. You see my rating? It's a 4.9. I've been riding long enough.
How do you
that I
know?
what to
But
do.
see, you know yours on Uber though. I don't know
I
mine
don't
on
use
Lyft. Do they give you a rating on Lyft?
I don't know. I don't use them.
I don't know.
I don't like the way the cars come. They don't be clean. I can't.
The Uber
Look
cars
like
be
the
cleaner?
Kids lick the window and then I can't.
Because I think they
Seats don't be
take
clean. I can't do it.
later. Well, Uber actually is here. Lyft there's not a Lyft only because the driver said, had it just been Uber, I would have been able to drop your phone off to a facility and you had to go pick it up there.
Oh, now they have a facility.
Like it's right down on. It's one down on St. Paul across from the train station. So I guess we're going to take a break. Are we going to take a break? Possibly not. So we're gonna keep talking. So that's professionalism within a certain field, a certain area, and I'm just a big stickler on customer service, only because I've done it before, so I know how hard it is. I know what it takes, but I also am being asked for a tip. Gratuity, if you will. So it's another level. And when you're dealing with like a non-service industry business, professionalism still means a lot to me because I know what it is to give like my guests. I know what it gives customers, like my best. And I say all this because I haven't always been the best at customer service. So if I'm up selling, especially when I'm selling jewelry, you like this? You don't? Well, I wish this what I had. And I'm real serious about that because I was
dead serious.
I don't make
So
jewelry
this is all I have. Are you
for
buying
business,
it?
though.
This is affected me.
It's a hobby for me, and that doesn't mean I should need to give you less customer service. But I've had over time, I can see how the business side can get frustrated with customers because customers can nitpick, they can be real choosy and picky, and they could be above it all. I've worked out Timonium and Padonia Road, so that's another level of bouginess in that area. So they come in there with just this air of, I am wealthy, and you like have to, do what I tell you to do outside of what your job is. And I'm not that type of business owner, but I am definitely
That sounds like a customer.
No, I'm saying, but that's normally the businesses act that way as well, where they feel like they're doing you a favor by offering this service. And I don't like businesses like that. I'm a real stickler for customer service, especially when I'm eating. Don't mess my food up, cause I'm not gonna eat it. And I'm not going to pay for something that I'm not going to eat. And I would hate to send this back because then most restaurants, the server has to pay for that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If they put your order in wrong, chances are they got to pay for that.
Or if they put it in and you don't like it?
Then that's a management issue. That's why the manager.
That's when the manager comes out and comps it. Oh, I didn't know
But if they put it in wrong, you're not going to see the manager because they're not even going to tell the manager.
Oh, wow.
They just go eat that. But I've ate a couple things in one shift, and I won't do that. So I always so you want it done this way, you want it what? So you got to make sure you confirm it because then they'll try to say, well, I didn't want it this way. I wanted mine raw, and they wanted it medium rare. But anyway, so professionalism within the service field is, I think, in the trash for me. It's just, I don't think it's going to get any better. Especially with businesses require that I pay their employees and I pay them. Do you know how much money restaurateurs make?
Why?
Because tips are like a given. They make a lot of money.
You waiting for an answer?
No, I'm just
trying to
saying.
think of a number, but I couldn't.
They do. They make a lot of money. Just think. Because now it used to be like 5 to 10 years that a restaurant would receive like a turnaround. They want to open it up and make their turnaround right then and there. That's why the prices are the way they are. That's why they hire the type of people that they hire. And they make their money. I know restaurants that charge $20 for a thing of grits and shrimp. and it cost them maybe $4 to make.
Oh, is it They would never get my $20.
When you could buy a whole case.
How about you give me 20, you come to my house and I fit you some grits and shit. What is it? Shrimp and grits. And I'm using Havarti cheese. How about that? I bet you they not. Over there
They
it's not.
don't even have cheese.
They probably, do you use Havarti cheese in your grits? What?
I feel bad now because I got a gift certificate from them for my birthday. So I gotta go there.
Just go on a day. They will talk about it.
I receive great treatment when I'm with the lovely Miss Nancy. I've received great treatment. It's just when I go there by myself.
Because you're with somebody that you receive great treatment. It should be great treatment all the time. It should be great customer service. It should be great follow through. It should be great diction. Don't talk to them one way and then come to me. Hey ma, I'm not your mother. And now, ma'am, sir, please stop.
Somebody called you mom before?
Yes. Hey ma, what can I get you? Nothing. You can get me fucking nothing. That's what you can get me, nothing.
So what you wanted to call you?
Not ma, not like that.
But what if it was like babe, ma?
Oh no, and I'm here to eat dinner and you will talk to me like we... See, here's my thing. I told somebody this at work today.
Now if you have not like been to my house and sat, you'd be like, oh, that's so sweet.
If you have not been to my house and sat on my sofa,
you
can't flirt with me. No, you can't. You're not that cool. You're not that cool.
So how do they make it to your couch if they haven't flirted with you?
No, I thought we just. Oh my God, you took this to another level. That's next Friday show, y'all. We have professionalism. No,
I'm just saying, like, how did I get to your couch?
My son is watching. Antoine, please.
Well, he know he didn't. Antoine. He didn't come in a stork.
He did come in a stork. All three of them did.
No, they know better than that. I know y'all know better than that. Hello, Miss Tawanda Bullock. How's it going? But yeah, so I'm in the service industry. I'm over it. And that the last week, because I work hard for my money. I work with y'all children. So I work hard for my money.
We're going to talk about that. Just say
I haven't even talked to you about that, but that's we got a lot to talk about over this cheesecake. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break. Good, because I'm thirsty. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show with Sharan Nixon, only on BigExposedRadio.com. So when we come back, we can talk about your
You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. So deeply wounded, but don't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. So you just sit there and you suffer in silence. Your pride won't let you just uncover your secret. Don't wanna look weak in your image, it ain't worth losing. So you just act as if it's nothing happening. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. You're like an internal bleeder. Can't see your pain, but it can silently kill ya. Suicidal, depressed, but you won't say a thing. Too afraid of what the people may say or think. You feel alone even though the people surround you. Popping pills every night even though you know they can't solve it. The emotional pain, it just seems way too heavy. Your mind is racing, wanna scream, somebody help me. God sees you, and God hears you. Yes, God loves you. These type of people sit right.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
To the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Get on.
You will yell so they can hear you.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Ugh.
I don't want none.
It's red. I don't drink. Period. But this was the leftover wine from my birthday show.
Last week?
It's this wine.
I know, but you.
Oh, you was worse than Marty. Y'all so bougie.
Ain't nobody bougie. I don't. Okay, let me take some so he won't think I'm bougie.
There's not a little bite to it.
It's nasty.
I know. It shut us on.
Why is it so strong?
Because it's red wine. It's shut us on.
Already.
Right.
Aren't you supposed to refrigerate it?
Not red wine. This is white wine.
That's probably why you lost your damn phone, drinking that.
I probably did, because I did do the show Friday. So, and I left right from here. So, but I had white wine. I didn't drink the red wine. So that's my first time drinking
I mean, it's probably good if it was cold. It's probably really good. Put it in the refrigerator.
I didn't know you're supposed to put red wine in the
I put
refrigerator.
everything in the refrigerator.
I thought you only put white wine in the refrigerator. So anyway, we're back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. So I'm going to make a couple announcements and then I'm going to let Sharan let y'all hear what she has coming up for 2019. First of all, May is the month of birthdays in my family. It's January, it's May, and I think it's one other month that we have a whole bunch of births in one. So in the month of May, I was born. Yay! I actually have a twin cousin.
How you have a twin cousin?
Weird. Our parents, my mother and her father are brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
And I was born that morning and she was born that afternoon.
So how y'all twin?
So we just had the same exact birthday.
So then you're not twins. So you lied to everybody and.
I didn't say we were twins. That would be nasty. Cause
you did say twins.
But I call her twin because we were born the same day. Like I was born at 8 a.m. and she was born right before noon.
Okay.
On the same day, a fateful Tuesday in '83. And so that we born and then we had.
You are a baby.
I am. So I keep telling people. They keep thinking I'm old like Marty, but I'm not. And so anyway, then I have two cousins that are born on the 23rd and the 25th
of May.
Right. So their bookends on my day, and I hated that because they're sisters. So their birthday is my one cousin India, and then me and Nika's, and then my other cousin Nika, and then my sister's birthday is on the 28th, and then my grandmother's birthday. Allegedly, her birthday is on. So she celebrates her birthday on the 30th and the 31st. She's been doing this as long as I've been living.
She fancy.
Right. Well, one, because her birth certificate says one thing, but she always celebrated another thing. So when she became adult, she started celebrating it. And she's 89 today.
Oh, is she still here?
She's still here.
Grandma, yay!
And who else? I have another cousin, Catherine, that's born on the 24th as well. And then my Uncle Johnny, his birthday was yesterday. But there's a couple other births, and I have a lot of friends now. Patty LaBelle is born on my birthday. Like, I learned that. And there's one other person that's born on my birthday, and I can't...
You and Patty LaBelle are not friends.
We gonna be friends, and that's how we're... My birthday
I'm trying to get her to come to Baltimore.
She'll come.
You
gotta get her now, because I think she's about to retire soon.
Well, I wanted to sing.
She gonna sing regardless, so...
All right, well, we'll see.
I would just try to... Because our management company is in Maryland.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. Okay. She has the same management company as Fantasia. Who else? Everybody that you see at, like, the Stone Soul Cold Picnic, the Heritage Festival, Artscape...
Their management company.
They got the same management company.
Oh, wow.
They all out there, and I think that... I want to say Laurel or Savannah Park. They all in that area. That's what
I'll call them. I'll look them up this weekend.
Just look up our management company and the whole roster come up. So Fantasia's on that one too.
Oh, okay.
They got the same management company. So so what do you have coming up in 2019?
Today is the last day to complete registration for designers for both Baltimore Fashion Week and the designer debut at New York Fashion Week. So
she fancy.
I am very.
I think I'm going this year
to New York.
I gotta lose a couple pounds though.
You going to New York? You coming? Oh, awesome! Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
Don't get me excited that you don't show up.
I'm gonna come this
year.
I
got somebody to play with, yay.
I don't know if I'm gonna stay overnight, but I'm gonna.
The show is on a Friday. You gotta stay overnight. We come back Sunday.
New York is so expensive.
It is not. You need to know where to eat.
I
know all the good cheap spots.
I'm saying to stay there is expensive.
Well, get your roommate.
I might can stay with my friend in Jersey.
Well, I'm staying at the hotel. But anyway, so today is the last day. I'm not. I'm gonna be by myself. So
that's what all her can say. I'm gonna be by myself until.
Anyway, focus the camera, turn the camera on me. Right.
It's right on you.
So today is the last day for designers to register, and I've been getting all these emails. Oh, Miss Sharan, oh, can we talk? No, we can't. And today is the last day to get your discount tickets for any Fashion Week you get event, except for the kickoff party. The kickoff party tickets are $40. And that's because it includes an open bar and it's catered. So $40 is the price.
And you said that for New York Fashion Week?
No, that's for the kickoff parties for Baltimore.
Okay, kickoff.
So discount tickets are, okay, so let me go through the schedule. The kickoff party is Saturday, August 3rd. It's originally right now at the War Memorial, but we might need to change it if we can't get a liquor license. Because I was on IG last night and somebody said that the city wasn't allowing businesses to purchase one-day liquor licenses. You had to get with somebody. I'm not doing all that. So plus I don't know people like that. Yeah, that's what
you try to get it now.
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing any of that because of what's going on at the with the city with their internet being hijacked.
Well,
it's not a virus. Somebody hijacked it.
Okay. Well, whatever.
But like nothing. You can't sign a deed. You can't pay your water bill. You can't do any of that.
So what's going to happen after the? Let me finish my schedule. So write down water bill. Water bill. I'm not writing left-handed. So then we have the kickoff party August 3rd. On Monday, August 5th, we'll be in happy hour at SWF Parkway at 103. Was it 3-5 North Avenue, which is the new Schwank movie theater right on the corner of North and Charles. That's Monday, and that's free. So all you have to do is just RSVP or just show up. See, or a designer registration just came through. I'm not.
Fancy.
So that's Monday, and I'm waiting on the exact happy hour time because we made a switch with it this week. Tuesday, Jenna Blaha from Elle Magazine will be here, and that's at a secret location. It will be in Baltimore County, and I am not the only people that know where the event is going to be held is me. You don't know because I didn't tell you.
I just said
right. So he doesn't even, Nate doesn't even know. He knows everything else, but he doesn't know that. And so that's Tuesday. Wednesday, nothing is happening. Thursday is the industry party where you have to be invited to. You cannot buy a ticket to that. Friday is...
Pinky's up.
Pinky's up. You have to be invited. There is a wait list. So if you go to our website, baltimore-fashionweek.com.
A wait list?
I mean, you can get on a wait list, and if we select you, you can get in.
My.
Because you can't just buy a ticket to that. Because that's that's how Fashion Week should be. You have to be invited by the designers, and next year we're going to hopefully try to do that. That's how it should be. You shouldn't be able to buy a ticket. You shouldn't be able to buy a ticket. It should be invite only. So we start with the industry party, and I'm going deep with my list.
On the list?
For what, the industry party?
On the list. But can I say what's happening at the industry party?
Oh yeah.
So there will be a few people being honored.
Oh yeah, I guess we're doing that. Yeah. He is so stuck on this award. I think it's because Nate liked the awards we give.
I do.
Like, I give everybody an award. Like,
and you know why? Because so at the Impact Award,
I hate those wooden plaques. I hate those.
No, I don't like that.
I hate.
So at the
so don't
shout out to the
wood plaque people,
the Better Business, Black Business by Tomorrow people.
For what?
And then wooden plaque.
Put that cup down. Give it here, because he's about to go in.
I'm not. But they so no, I just like when people receive their roses, because what ended up happening.
Those two people we talked about, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll do those two people.
Three.
Huh?
It's
Who's the third person?
I told you who the third person is. Well, we're talking about that. Who I suggested the third person be. But I just like when people do it, because, like I said, at the Impact Awards that happened this year, Miss Marissa Stone. Now, the other one was very gracious, but some people do not get their just desserts. And you've known this because you've been doing this here, and nobody's ever, they've thought to do it, but they've chosen not to. To give people their awards for doing something so consistent and being so consistent. And Marissa, just like, what was the other gentleman's name?
John Cash.
John Cash. When you're doing something for so long and you've created and you've created a lane for other people to be able to come and walk by you and stand in your light and still not say thank you to you, or give you something, or show appreciation or support. Just come and support. Buy a ticket. That's it. But people don't get that. And it was sad to me to realize that Marissa had never received, her or Cash had never received an award for doing what they do. Not to say that you should do what you do for an award, because I'm a person who, I would love to win a Tony for being an actor or land a TV show or something like that. But I like awards because it notices people when they notice people who wouldn't normally be noticed.
Right, and it wasn't a nomination, like, oh, fill out a form or recommend, because I found out with the nominations, which is why we stopped it, and if it's on the site, I need to take it down, and I think it is. But with nominations, it's like people are nominating their friends, and then when I go vet them, I don't think that they're worthy of our award.
Or what I've noticed here in a lot of other cities, it like the nomination becomes cliquish, and it's people nominating themselves, which is so tacky.
Oh, you know another thing that you have to. I'm not. Can I say it?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it because I said it before.
Because it's about
the nominees have to, or the people that are being nominated have to pay for their ticket.
Pay for their tickets.
Why? If you're nominating them, that should be a given.
But on the other side of that, for the nominees,
they should promote though.
For the nominees, and I think I know why it started happening. I don't know why it continues to happen, but I can understand why it starts to happen, because people don't show up to award shows that they've been honored at. Now, you may not feel like this organization is big enough to honor you, or it's not big enough to give you some clout or some acknowledgement.
A nice award that costs nice money.
Right, but this organization has taken time, and I can say this about Sharan because I've seen the backside of it, but people don't show up. So you've promoted that this person will be honored. People have bought tickets because they wanted to see this person honored, and that person doesn't show up, or don't accept the nomination or the honor.
Well, you have to confirm. I have turned. Well, you know that how we invited people. So I sent a message to them on Facebook. I sent a message to them on Instagram. If they had a page, we emailed them and we mailed the invitation to them, letting them know that they had been honored. Around the corner decided that they want to contact us 2 weeks after the deadline, and I said no. We were traveling. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. No, you missed the cutoff. Why? You missed the cutoff date. People need to understand, especially with me or with my organization, that we are deadline driven. I'm not just sitting here making up stuff to do stuff just to do it. Every step of the way there is another step that needs to be achieved. So like all next week I'll be meeting with designers with the designer meeting.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I actually...
Well, let me finish my schedule. Hold on. So
before you forget, that's one of the reasons why I decided to ask you to come today, because professionalism is from the customer to the business owner to the artist to the organization to the it's across the board. I believe specifically this city has a big acknowledgement. One of my people that I love, T.S. Madison, she loves Baltimore. Came here, did it at Art Social, came back again, doing it out in the county. And that's a problem. That means we don't have any venues that would have welcomed.
That's not true. We do have venues, but people don't want to pay the money to have the event there. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mine?
We're going to go are we going to a break?
Yes.
We're going to a break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show. We'll be back. It's not working. Oh no, did I pick it up?
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles. Right. They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, one with a home run,
hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National Series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that then
your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
The pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earns run. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they're also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at-bats, his last...
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Far into this unknown to find who we really are. Crash into something new. Take a break from our broken heart. Talk with the hip, tell me you lie. Think we should go for another round. Baby, try not to say too much. Let your love come down. If you wanna rule, it's some rules you gotta live by. Live by. Stay true to your cool, make a move. Don't wait on nobody else. And if it feels like a melody, sing a
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
Welcome to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate Couser. I'm here with the awesome, the Dragon Slayer herself, Miss Sharan Nixon. We're talking about professionalism within the arts. We were talking about in businesses in general, but for me, I'm really trying to be a more professional person because I don't say everything that I feel. Like when you ask me, then I'm gonna go down the line and tell you, but outwardly, I wear my feelings on my face. So if I'm not pleased with you, that's what you're going to get, so on and so forth. And I'm working on those things and trying to communicate better. Definitely, I'm either too early or late. And I have to work on being on time early. Like a half an hour. I think a half an hour is good. But I'm working on it. But that goes into not doing too many different things. When you say, I'm going to do this, you can't have something scheduled 15 minutes before and think you'll get there on time. Because then, like, when you had a model that showed up at the end of your event, because I said, that's what time, it starts at this time and it ends at this time.
I don't do end times anymore. That's why I don't do end times anymore. So if you notice when we do our castings,
12.
She showed up at 12. We were done by 12.
So you just said the start time?
Yeah. Right. I usually do a 30-minute start time so everybody can get there on time.
Right.
Because, see, the problem is when people, and now I'm dropping a nugget, the problem is when people do castings, they put, the casting is from 6 to 8. So by you doing that, you're saying that somebody needs to be there until 8 o'clock. Because if somebody shows up at 8 o'clock and no one's there, now you got a problem.
Right.
So if we say say it starts at, 6, we'll say from 6 to 6:15. You know damn well, just this is your time frame because you got 15 minutes to check in with us. After 15 minutes, you're late.
So you put the check-in time. And
I just put the period time because I just put the time that they need to be there from 6 to 6:15. Right. Because I put from 6 to 8, somebody's going to show up at 8 o'clock.
So I do that so I'm with theater, so I do a lot of
Well, see, I don't know how it is over there.
But no, I'm just saying, so with a theater show, you normally put, so the doors open up at 7.
Right.
Show starts at 8.
Right.
Like, I'm working with a musician now, and when you go see a musical show, you're used to seeing it in the loungy area. And I told them, like, we can't put an end time for that same reason. Because then people will think, oh, this is a lounge. We can just casually come in. If you're sitting down listening to music, this is when the show starts. We have an intermission. This is when it ends.
But I think that's a grown or built-in concept that if someone says it starts from 7 to 9, that you can get there at 8:55, and it's because basically that's what you said.
Right, and you said that to them.
Yeah,
and that's what.
I mean, that's what you've been marketing. So because you've been marketing the time frame, somebody needs to be available.
But I always around there they didn't understand what an opening door meant. So doors open up at a certain time.
No. They know what doors open mean, but nobody's ready when the doors are supposed to be open.
Not my shows. I'm already.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But
I'm
definitely
not Nate's shows.
Because they are a museum, they didn't understand why when I was doing my productions or when I schedule them, I always have a doors open in time. Because I'm giving people time to park.
Yeah.
Because we're downtown. I'm giving time people, to get themselves to be fashionably late. So you're at
What
the
is
show.
fashionably late? What is that?
When
what is
you
fashionably
come
late?
in and the show has already started.
No, that's late.
Yeah, that's
late is late. It's no fashionably late. If you come late to anything that the Fashion Umbrella Foundation is doing, probably 9 times out of 10, you gave me these.
Yeah,
I was talking to somebody. They was like, I don't know where I got these from, but they're fabulous. See, I've had these for what? A long time, right?
A long time.
Okay, you made these. Okay, so Nate made my earrings. So I mean, if the show starts, you want to keep talking about your earrings?
No, I just go ahead.
Okay. So if you're okay, Marty's going to tell us. He's going to talk about it.
It's supposed to be the time frame between 15 and 30 minutes late after a show starts. But the point of being fashionably late is so you can be the spotlight, the attention grabber from your show.
But guess what attention you about to get? Sharan show is over.
So that's all the attention you're going to get is coming in and watching everybody else leave. Because we're done. We're done, ma'am. We're done.
And in theater, you really gonna be mad because you're not allowed to come in until the intermission or until there's a break. So
and we don't let you sit down until the designer's off the runway.
Well, they don't do fashionably late in theater.
You can do it.
You're supposed to be on time.
Actually, Oprah just got in trouble for that she was going to see Hamilton and she came fashionably late and she missed half the show because they made her come in at intermission. So we're ready to. Thanks, Alden. So we're ready to go to a commercial break. We'll be right back here with these Sharan, Nixon, and Monty.
He's going to come to the table.
He's trying to show us his stomach on the low.
He look good.
So we'll be ready. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Exchange radio show every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
I was meeting with a friend yesterday and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out.
Exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue, and she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, yes. And I was thinking, like,
The Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Skirt, 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 skirt. Start, skirt, 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 start. I be up in the way. I be up
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
Welcome back.
I'm no longer diabetic.
Marty talking about his what you call it?
Non-diabetic state.
Prescription regimen.
No, I was gonna call it something else.
Prescription regimen.
No, I wasn't gonna call it that. His Plan B pills.
Thank you.
His Plan B.
Believe me, I got a Plan B. C, D, and E.
So we're here back on the Artist Exchange.
But he won't come on this
radio
side of the
show.
table. He won't come on this side of the table.
He nervous. So welcome. We are back here. I have to just take a moment out.
You know, never finish my
menopause.
schedule.
I'm gonna let you finish. But menopause is most of the people who got menopause in my family got it early, and actually a few of the guys in my family have suffered with something similar.
I didn't know men could go through that.
It's not your menopause, but it's still like your hormones are changing as you get older. And so the last, it's not estrogen, because I've already gone to the doctor. Thank you.
Fight.
But anyway, so I have to go back myself because I've been having, like, even in sitting here talking to you, like I'll feel a warmness. And it goes right up to my head, and it just, so I can't put like cocoa butter on, like
so that is how it feels. I've never.
Yeah.
So it is a warmness, and it goes up, and then what happens when it goes up? It comes back down.
It feels like, you ever been dehydrated and you just get like a hot rush, or like if you go from hot to cold, or after you take a shower and it was real hot, and your body just feels extra hot. And then you start cooling down.
I feel like that all the time when I get out the shower.
Well, I never, because I had low iron.
So you got
So I'm the exact opposite.
I said when I get out the shower, I always feel like that. I'd be hot, real hot when I get out the shower.
Yeah, well, that's what it feels like. So when you go, and then you might go to a cooler area, and you feel your body going back down. Well, that's how it's been feeling, but it's really intense.
How come I don't
where
get
I'll
them?
start sweating, and everything else. Like, I'm not a sweating person.
It's not a good thing to get them.
I know, but
Well, it's not
it's
a
just
bad
like
thing.
everybody at work is getting them. I'm like older, younger than me, and it's like no, girl, I'm fabulous. I don't get those.
Well, most of the people in my family got it early. So anytime after like 45, it's a normal age to get it.
Okay,
but
I'm 54. I still haven't gotten it.
Right, but some people don't experience it. And you may experience it in different ways. Like you might be dry down there.
I'm not.
See?
Oh, why did I just say that?
But some people don't get, that's how somebody can be, that's how, well, that's not how she got pregnant.
Sorry, Antoine.
That's how she was still, so Janet probably hasn't gotten hers either. Or when somebody's able to naturally have a baby at a later age, that means they haven't gotten it. Or they haven't gone through that, because that marks your ability not to be able to produce eggs anymore.
Oh.
So for women, so that's why it's different from men, because we don't have the same.
I didn't know
types
that.
of
Yeah, I went through that. That's amazing.
She also got what? She got a little help. Yeah.
An Arabian thing.
Oh, so what does that have to do? Arabian? Why did you invite Monty here?
He a little color struck.
No, I'm saying that specifically because genetically they produce a lot of kids.
Oh, Arabian. Well, this one only got one. Janet was like, I'm
That's
done.
why when you hear about like the oldest women, they're normally Indian or from the Middle East.
But that's probably why they weren't gonna ever last anyway, because he probably wanted more kids.
Yeah, like 29,000.
Yeah, he was still young too, apparently.
And wealthy.
Anyway, no more hoe stories. So we're back with Miss Nixon.
You called Jim Jackson a hoe?
No, I mean.
You talking about the whole presentation.
Oh, whole, the whole. Okay, I think you said whole.
So we're back.
What's that, homo? Oh.
This is not the Talk Lately show. We're talking about professionalism in the arts.
I'm definitely on that.
So in terms of, so when you do fashion shows, not fashion shows.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Fashion events.
Thank you. And how you say it? Thank you.
So you are a fashion curator.
I guess.
That's a nice word.
I like that. That's what I call myself.
Because that'll keep people from calling your shows fashion shows.
Yeah.
So what do you consider your shows?
Professional.
No, in terms of how you demonstrate the clothes or display them.
Well, I don't understand. Yeah, it's a presentation.
But isn't it a certain
showcasing
word or phrase for that?
No, I don't think so.
Showcase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So when you're dealing, so professionalism with your designers, what do you expect out of them?
I expect them to have, for their collection, they need to know how to sew. They need to know how to deliver a clean scene. Well, no, because some people are reconstructionists, which means that, reconstructionists, which means that they take clothes from the, like the thrift store, and they'll rip an arm off and sew lace on it. And they think they made it. I know you're a reconstructionist. If you did not develop this from a pattern or cut pieces and put them on a dress form, you are a reconstructionist.
But most people don't. Most designers that I've known in this city, they're not designers.
What do you mean?
They do more embellishments than they do like designing. Like they don't know how to sew from a pattern. So they, you know.
Are you talking about t-shirt people?
Well, no, not this designers in general. A lot of them that I've come across, they don't know how to go from a layout to a actual
from a pattern
product.
to a finished. Oh, okay. I mean, and that's fine. I'm not expecting designers to per se sit at a sewing machine and construct a garment, because
that's not typically a designer's job.
No, you have an illustrator to illustrate. You tell an illustrator your vision, or if you're talented enough as a designer, you'll draw your own vision. Like Bishme, although he's on Project Runner. Although Bishme's on Project Runway, eventually he'll have somebody else sewing his stuff for him. But he sews it now. I just expect you to have a finished product. Don't register to be a designer for our show and then send me an image which you clearly took off of somebody's site and tell me that you made that. Okay, well show me the inside seams. And I know where they got it from because I shop there. So don't do that.
You do take stylists, because what's her name was one of your
who?
Tamika from
she is, because she owned a boutique and she is a stylist. So stylists and boutiques do have a place on our runway. I don't
you mix them in with the design.
Right, but I don't promote them as a designer. When I'm in promoting mode for the participants or the runway participants for our show, I'm promoting them. This is a boutique, and she's located here, or she is located here. This is a designer.
But that's
the difference.
That's the way that people are turning into designers now, because they're taking clothes from over here.
If you didn't construct it from beginning to end, you're not a designer in my eyes, and a few other people that matter in New York. You're not. Okay?
So how can we raise the level of expectation for fashion in this city?
I don't know. That's a question.
How do you want to do it? How would you go
I would love for, it's a lot that goes into the response, because it's all about training. A lot of people can't afford college. I get it. They can't. So, a lot of the designers that are really good designers that have shown, we've had over, oh my God, I don't know, so many. I know it's over.
But
probably 300 designers
most of our fashion educators are on community college level.
What's wrong with that?
I'm just saying, you just said they couldn't afford it.
They might not want to go, just because it's on community college level, it still doesn't mean they can afford it. Because we don't know their life, their financial life stance. So I don't.
Community college ain't free.
I mean, but it's not like going to FIT or something.
But it's still a fee, a price point that somebody might not be financially able to handle.
If you can't afford it, then you go get into that school for free. That's what financial aid is for.
Everybody might not get financial aid though.
But
some people might not even know. Just they might think, I can't afford it. I'm not going to do that.
And I think that's what the problem is.
I don't think it's a problem, because a lot of good designers never went to school. Look at the designers that are on Project Runway right now. I don't know if Hester has had training, or Garrow, or Sebastian, or Bishop will tell you in a minute that his grandmother, when he did Fashion Week in 2008, he told me his grandmother told him, like, are you sure? Like, his sewing is impeccable.
But if she lived in the city, I can believe that, because this used to be like a lot of my aunts used to work at London Fog,
right?
And a lot of those places where they were still sewing by hand. They had machines. Yeah, right. But a lot of them knew how to do that. A lot of the designers that I see now aren't willing to even find somebody to show them or work under them.
And I'm not throwing any shade at anything, but I think that's more of an ego thing, because you make a garment and you sell it for like $300 or $400 because you sold that garment for whatever, and now you're a designer. Well, and then you come to me. I turned away 15 designers this year. 15.
Right.
You do the math. So if I was one of those producers that's all about the dollar, we would have had a whole plethora of designers showcase. No, I'm all about the quality.
So what determines whether or not you accept them or not, other than like the online presence?
Well, first of all, you have to have, because Lord knows, you have to have, if you don't have a website, your IG page or your Facebook page needs to be completely devoted to your craft. I don't want to see chicken. I don't want to see
snow crab night.
No, I don't want to see.
I can't show you down.
I don't want to see that. And not if you're serious about your craft, it should be just fair. I understand, like you might have your daughter in there every now and again, but a lot of
she better be holding a dress up.
Not really, but it's just that they weren't ready. I'm asking you generalized questions.
Are they willing? But those ones you turned down, were they willing?
I don't know if they were willing. They never responded back. I move on. I'm sending you, and because it's me, I know it's because it's me. I know it's because I'm black. I know it's because I'm in Baltimore. I am. And I know, well, I'm sitting in Brown today, but I know that I'm not in anybody's clique. So in their mind, because I've heard it, why should I listen to you? Then don't. You will never showcase on our runway. You will never get the chance to be behind the scenes, because I'm working constantly.
But see, then this is
people who can make a difference for these people. But because I'm not in somebody's clique, or I don't shop here, or I don't go down Fells Point, or I don't hang down XYZ. I'm saying Fells Point, Canton,
don't try add the other ones down.
Because I don't hang down and they think I'm not in the know. I don't need to be in the know to know what I know.
Right.
I know what I know because I deal with the people who can make a difference. I have several mentors that are deep into the industry, and they're molding me to make sure that the designers that come through our doors at Baltimore or the designer debut in New York, that they get the just due that they deserve. I'm not dealing with mediocre. Like we had like 4 t-shirt designers to showcase nice collections. One of them could have been in New York Fashion Week. Let me see your professional photos.
Yeah.
You can't do New York without a lookbook. I'm sorry. And you can't.
So this
you can't do Baltimore. Next year you won't be able to do Baltimore without one.
So in December I've been working with the Peel Center for a little over a year now, almost a year and a half now. And so this year I got to oversee a grant, and we did it, the mashup grant. And some of the same issues that you're talking about, I'm coming across some of those issues. This was like our first grant that I've ever oversaw before, and it's difficult because people don't want to follow basic rules. They wanted to get this grant so they could do something on their own time. And we clearly said, well, this is when all this will unfold, this is how we're going to do things. And they still had in their mind that they was going to take this money and do it somewhere. We were getting emails like, well, can you tell me when the grant, clearly, on all the proposal forms you had to submit, it said when things were going to be submitted.
I don't respond.
Or you were going to find out.
I don't respond anymore. Read. People do not want to read. I take a lot of time.
So and difficult.
You've seen me. Take hours to craft the stuff that involves more than 3 lines for people, because it's so quick, fast to hurry up and skim through stuff. Don't skim through nothing we put out.
And I'll be honest with you. That's the only reason I haven't submitted anything, because I've had a couple ideas, and until I have it all out, I wouldn't even be like, Sharan, can you hook me up?
No,
I
but it's
wouldn't
not even
do
like
that.
it, because see, what people don't understand is that next week I was spending the rest of my Natural Born life, which it feels like, meeting with each one of these designers one-on-one. Meeting with each one of these designers one-on-one to go over their collection, and make sure that they're ready.
But and for me, that's why I said, even for me, I wouldn't want to submit anything until I was
and that's fine.
Until I felt ready.
That's fine.
But a lot of people, they feel comfortable jumping out there like
and that's
that,
fine.
and
They
don't
can
want to
do
receive the criticism.
They can do a show somewhere else. We don't do that
But
here,
one
and
of
that's
the-
what I keep coming. Well, I did this at XYZ's Fashion Week. Well, why can't I do it over there again?
And that's one of the things. So I was at your last two model calls, and I noticed, like, at the last one, it was a lot of people who had a nice look, but they were duck walkers, and they didn't know how to walk in a straight line. And
But
she
that's
took them at the end and had them walking back and forth. And I saw like a couple, I'm like, Psh, I'm leaving. And they just left.
That's fine.
And it was like somebody is showing you how to do something that you said you want to learn how to do, and you don't even want to take the time. A couple
Those
minutes.
are models that are usually tainted because they've done 15,000 shows. They feel as though that what I have to say is not valid, and that's fine. Then
Right.
you just won't get selected when the designers come. I know what the designers want.
So let's take, we got one more break to take. So let's take the break, and then we'll come right back and finish up with Miss Nixon on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Monty over there probably looking at Pornhub. So we'll be right back.
Like, the one thing you always gotta remember is people gonna try to project their insecurities onto you. But you can't listen to what them niggas saying. You gotta get out here and do your shit regardless. You gonna do what you love for the rest of your life anyway. So why not turn that shit into something? Be a man of everything you say. This shit bigger than me, man. Like, yeah, I'm good and all that, but you know what I mean? I ain't shit without y'all. So no matter what you up to, just go hard. Don't matter. Can you imagine how I really having nothing is? Stomach growling, you ain't got no food in the fridge. Surviving on a jail diet of water and bread. No father figure, that's cause my father dead. Mom bringing different niggas in and out the crib. No money, so you seen this less than all your friends. But it a joke because your mother was a crackhead. Older sister hoeing off, giving all her homies head. I could wait for your response, but they let her hear me talk, so I just wait for the applause. I always knew that I was great, I got them haters so appalled. I'ma make it out the darkness, and my word is my bond. Delivering these bars while I'm gripping on my balls. Jealous niggas hate to see you succeed, so fuck them all. I'm the master of my destiny, nigga, you not in charge. You either on your grind or in the way, so get lost. Be a man of everything you say you stand for. Lead your people by example, being hands-on. If you're back against the wall, then get your mash on. Fix your vision on the future like it's fast forward. The world is yours in due time, ain't gotta ask for it. I'm from the school of hard knocks, I took a crash course. Shit be stressful, my nigga, that's why I'm getting high. But that's life, and it's the code that I live by. And you know how it is where we at, nigga. They say money can't buy happiness, but I be happy as a bitch when I can have dinner. Learn from your losses or you end up like the last nigga. I fall off, I bounce back, I really come.
Business owners need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT. Or visit Fanify.com.
Are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? You know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
This is his business, and I can do whatever I want to do.
They will say that. They will say that. They will say that.
Live. That's Monty Children. So real quick, can you tell us, run down the schedule for Baltimore Fashion Week, how we apply, get tickets and such, and then everything else that we gotta supply.
So the show, Baltimore Fashion Week this year is complete 7 days, August the 3rd through the 11th.
An activity every day?
Well, no, not Sunday and Thursday, not Sunday and Wednesday.
Monty, M-O-N-T-Y, he's so
urban.
He is.
He was away
with his new Dockers on. Are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing? Ooh.
Not right.
He wearing Wranglers now. Why? Because of Nas X?
Yeah.
Because who? Who's
Nas X. That's the boy who did the country song. I'm gonna ride my Wrangler. That's what Wrangler is, the new Nike now. So a lot of people were boycotting Wrangler because they endorsed Nas X. That's the young man who just did the country song that they don't want to count as country.
Oh, that's the one who was on the stage singing to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, it started out as an endorsement,
and he let them. He's replacing the Shark song.
For how popular the song is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who was this guy? Okay.
So they initially endorsed him, but they let him come out, I think, with 2 or 3 designs.
Who initially endorsed him?
Wrangler.
Oh, and then they dropped it?
No, they let him design 2, but people were boycotting it. The country world were boycotting Wrangler and said they would never wear him again because they are letting him be like the face of country music.
What difference does it make? Oh, anyway.
Well, you know.
We were talking about Fashion Week. So,
the right way.
Anyway. So August, huh?
Yeah, I was giving you some fashion.
It is fashion, but now you took it deeper.
I was giving you like a potential sponsor, Wrangler. And that's Kmart,
that
Walmart.
idea just hit my head.
I think Walmart.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go to Wrangler directly.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, that's still, like, it's an affordable brand still. Well,
on it.
Right now, it's still affordable.
Maybe they want to do this show. Because I did this presentation, right? And it is so nice that every time I send to somebody, tell me yes.
Was there photos of this?
None of me.
Oh. I was just asking.
But when I get to the page of Elle magazine, he's like, what? Elle? Yes, Elle.
Oh, okay. So run down.
Okay. You want to let me
the
finish
7
this
days
time without
we had this guy
sidebar?
No, because that jumped in my head because that's such an accessible brand now. But it's about to. Go ahead.
It is.
It's not. We still got.
Oh shit. So August 3rd kickoff party. Monday, August 5th. Monday night at the movies, SWF Parkway. Tonight they have that monster movie, which I think is going to be horrible. Oh no, Rocket Man launches there tonight.
It's right on Charles and North Avenue.
It's really, really nice. It's really, really nice.
It's good.
So we're going to do a happy hour there on August 5th, Monday, August 5th. Tuesday is Jenna Blaha from Elle magazine. She's a senior editor.
Jenna who?
Jenna Blaha. So she is the senior editor for the Fashion and Tech. So she's the one that HP and all of them call to try out their technology shit. And when she puts her pictures up, I just get so jealous. And then Wednesday, there's nothing. I'm resting. So Thursday is the industry party. Right, we can go eat. So Thursday is the industry party. And you have to be invited to that. Friday is a meet and greet, and tickets are $10 for that. Saturday is the first runway show, August the 10th, and there's a VIP gifting lounge. I'm almost done buying all the gifts. Almost. I have like 4 more to get, and then I'll be done. I found one today.
So when's the hat show?
That's not till October.
October?
We'll
that's
talk.
separate.
Yeah.
I thought that was a part.
No, I moved it.
I had my hopes up.
You can still have them up.
I was going to wear a hat.
You can still wear a hat, but in October. Preferably October 27th. So anyway, we'll talk about that soon. And so, and Sunday is the final runway show. So all seats, there are there will be no gift bags on Saturday and Sunday if I have anything to do with it. But on Saturday, there's a VIP lounge, a reception, catering, on Saturday, open bar on Saturday, music on Saturday. So it's a party before the runway show. And that'll be right now it's from 5:30 to 7:30. I may make it earlier. I have to talk to my team to make sure it doesn't impact what they're doing.
Team, so, what we doing?
Antoine, what are we doing? Team, Antoine. So he'll call me when this is over.
He bringing us all T-shirts. Antoine bringing us all T-shirts.
Yeah, Geeks just came out with their new line, so check them out.
So how do we get the tickets real quick? Because we got like 30 seconds.
Baltimore-fashionweek.com. Go there, get your tickets. Early bird discount tickets in tonight at $11.59. And then beginning tomorrow, they will be regular price. So if you want to come see Jenna, tickets are $70 now. The location will be emailed to you 3 days before the event. It will be in Baltimore County, and the place is Schwank.
Baltimore County, another deserter. So this has been another.
I called the ones in the city and they wouldn't help me.
See,
so now what do you have? What do you have?
I got you. We'll be back next Friday. We doing a special pop-up edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Who coming, geeks?
Doing that gorilla style. I don't know. You better have them shirts. 2X, thank you. I like a 2X. But so yes, another edition of the Artist Exchange Radio Show. Shout out to engineer Aldo. So shout out to Aldo, Monty for breezing by, and our special guest Miss Nixon. Hopefully she'll come back next week.
I will.
And Antoine can come back.
Yes. Just let me know. I'll take off.
He just wanted to take off. So goodbye. Up next, it is the Radio Show at 9 p.m. 9 to 11, right? Yeah, 9 to 11.
First they love you, then desert you. Leave with a plate full with no spoon. Ain't no space, I can't escape negativity. I got used to the taste. I've been bad, burned, then fucked over.